Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Laura with Stitchin with Laura. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody is having a great Thursday. Well, today we're going to be working on this greenish blue. These are the colors here. It's got a little purple, a little gray, some bright blues, some turquoises in it, but mainly like blue-green, if you will. It's not as green as this looks right here, but we're working on it. And it is a 60 by 60 11 count, and of course I'm using 3 strands so far. So what is everybody up to? I am just having a week. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. There's something under here, and holy cow, I'm trying to get a video done before the furnace guy comes, or even attempts to call. So, yeah. I'm a little 6 jumps ahead of a fit. I just want life to go on, you know? Oh, and the color I'm using is 3753. It says. It's kind of a pale blue-green. Pale turquoise. Yeah. Well, I finally got out of there yesterday. Holy cow. It was slower than slow. And I told you the boss had to work, because later. Because we have somebody gone on vacation. Yeah. Well, we finally got the order about 4 o'clock, and she checked it in. As far as she was checking in, she handed me a box, or a pallet, not a pallet, it's just a little cart that we use to move light or things that are kind of heavy around here and there. So she handed me that cart, and she went home. Like by 5 o'clock, she was just done. She'd been there since 6:30 in the morning, and she said they'd get the rest of it done the next day. So I had to go with it because I know she's getting tired. But the rest of the night was pretty uneventful. I started listening to my new audiobook, which is, or was, or is right now, called The Endless Night. I think that's what it's called. Something about Endless Night by Preston and Child. It's part of the Pendergast series. I'd never listened to that one before. So, yeah. And it's pretty good so far. So good, but I had lots of time to listen to my audiobook. And don't ask me why I picked this today. I just saw it there and went, yep, okay, we can work on that. I never have a plan. I just wake up and say, okay, I have to make a video, and okay, this is what I feel like stitching on today. Last night I stitched on the, it's right here, the peony, the phoenix and the peony. They call it peony. So, yeah. Oh, and I've got my thermal mug again. I am using this in the house because, number one, it keeps the flies out because it closes. I love that part. And other than that, it keeps the coffee very hot. So I'm not running through as much coffee. But, yeah. So, other than that, not much going on that I can think of. We're all just working this week and going from there. So, We will see. Stitches up very nice. It's an 11 count. Went to the post office last night. There was no mail. So we're just kind of waiting and seeing what's a-coming and what's a-going. But I had to sit down and stitch. I didn't go to bed until it took, whoa, sorry, my bad, till 2 o'clock this morning. But I sat there and stitched probably for a full solid hour. I just needed to get my mind off of everything and try to get some sleep. And then, of course, it took like a half an hour, 45 minutes before I actually fell asleep. So, I don't know. Couldn't have anything to do with the possibility that I had 2 cups of, what do you call it, of Coca-Cola. Yeah. Lately, that's been keeping me up, so we'll see. I just felt like I needed it yesterday, and we waited forever for the guy to show up with the order, and, you know, you're just ready to hit the, you know, as soon as the order gets there, you just hit the ground running, you know. So, that didn't happen yesterday. It was one of those days. Because he was so late and she was tired, and we're just going on with it. Of course. Of course. Put that needle over there where I know where it's at. So no grand plans for today. I'm just going to sit here and hang out and wait for the furnace guy. I told him I'd give him all day, whatever. He'll get there when he gets there. So I just have to be patient, I guess, right? So hopefully his week won't be as busy as others. We'll see. So I don't know that I will or won't get to town today. It'll depend on when he shows up, because I'm not leaving this house. I do have to try to get to the library. Oh, come on. This one piece of thread. It's just been giving me fits. I know I should get out my needle threader, but it's a big needle. I'm glad I tried to separate it and it got into a knot. It was great. Yeah, we've had a good morning already. Been kind of quiet. You know, a lot of people going through to go to someplace else this week. That's what I'm seeing. And of course, you know, you have the people that are up here looking at the fall leaves. In the next week or two, they should be pretty much going away. I know it took them forever to change, so we'll see. We'll see. But it seems like there's a lot of people moving. I've seen a lot of U-Hauls is where I'm going with that. And this one isn't very big. It's got a lot of big areas of, you know, that you stitch one solid color. And then it has just a kind of a sprinkling, like right in here, there's like a mountain. So it's kind of confettied only because it's, you know, the variations of color for the, for that mountain and the dirt and that kind of thing. This has 25 colors, so that's not too terribly bad. It probably could have stood to have more, but we'll see how it comes out. We'll see. I may jump down here to do these other colors later. We started with the black, but I just couldn't see black today. My bad. Let me get you over here where you can see what's going on. So yeah. It'd be nice if some stuff would arrive. Seems like I've been waiting forever. But I have a book now and I'm organized. I know it's scary, scary, scary stuff. This is covering quite nicely. And there'll be the white behind it, so that will really help this color. I just don't care for big areas. Like I'd probably do part of this and then go do something else because it's just too consistent. I'm not changing colors enough. And somebody asked, you know, how do I know where to start? I just pick, you know, an area. Now, granted, when you see me doing this, I have to do it in an area where I can film from. So, but 95% of the time, it'll be on the upper right-hand corner. Sometimes it'll be down at the bottom. It depends on how big the piece is. But there's no real rhyme or reason to how I start. And I just pick a color that, you know, there's, like, the next color I might do is that blue. You know, there's a lot of it, so it would fill up a whole strand, if you will. I usually work in, let's do this strand and finish it. I take it as far as I can. Oh my God. And, you know, and that's how I choose. I'm not into, you know, it's got 4 stitches here and 5 stitches there. I save that for the last usually. Or if I get bored stitching, you know, the big parts. But I usually only get out a partial piece of thread and then do all the ones that are like 5 of them, you know. I don't use a full strand on that because I don't want to hop too far off the edge. And I don't know, I tend to stay in one area and work my way down, if you will. I try to work, like I said, through a whole strand of thread, and sometimes it ends up that, say, some of those symbols are in the middle. I hope that makes sense. But for the most part, I use one strand, finish it out on that symbol, and then go on to another color. But I like changing colors, but I just don't like changing colors like every 3rd stitch. That just drives me insane. So I use one color at a time. I get a little impatient, you know, and I'll cut off a piece, maybe 6 to 8 inches, you know, just enough to do the 6 or 8 approximate, you know, symbols. So if I don't see a lot of symbols, I don't get a whole big thing of thread. Holy cow, did I just confuse everybody? I hope not. But that's basically how I work, and I try to work from one side going that way, you know. And it does help because it breaks down the material and it's easier to hang on to by the time I get to the middle. But I usually don't jump to the middle unless it's something some kind of specific pattern that I want, to see how it's going to turn out. Like if I were doing birds on a tree and I wanted to see what the birds look like, I might jump to that part and work on the bird just to see what the definition is and how it looks. Oh, come on. I love when they put pink next to the orange. Oh, y'all just didn't think that one out, did you? It's a little difficult to see it. Unless I move it in the light, you can tell there's pink there. But when you're up this close, sometimes it's a little difficult to see. So Molly and I probably won't go to town today. I don't know. If crap happens, it happens. We'll see. Things get done quicker than I think they will. We might have to run to town. Because it's thrift store Thursday, the day I usually go. Or actually have time to go. See something here. I don't know what is going on with my camera. Or my camera. My phone, because that's what I use to do videos with. We'll see. And I usually stitch parallel. Not parallel. Yeah, is that right? Parallel. Yeah. Whew. Up and down. Across things. Otherwise my stitches have a ridge. Because I'll stitch in one direction, then I'll turn around and stitch back. And it always causes a ridge, but if I stitch this way, that doesn't happen. And if it's a big area, I'll go up 6 stitches, over 6 stitches, down 6 stitches. And make it in squares, just so that part doesn't happen. Haven't heard from my daughter all week. I think I did see her. What day was that? Oh, no. Yeah, she had to work on Sunday, so I think I went in on Sunday to the grocery store. One of those days. Hell, it might have been Tuesday. I don't know. But it was just brief because she was busy running around. And she had to train somebody. She was, yeah, more than thrilled. Ouch. Oh yeah, I was stitching last night and I drove that needle right down my fingernail. I had to cut my nails off because I went and opened up the, what do you call it? The freezer at work, and it was a little bit stuck and my hand slipped right off of it and I broke 2 nails. It was great. Yeah. So I had to come home and chop my nails off. We're like, done. They just reach a point where they get in my way. And when I can't see the thread from my thumbnail, when I'm trying to thread something, yeah, it's time for them to go. But it doesn't take too long for them to regrow, so no biggie. Today feels like a soup day. Holy cow. I was just sitting here noticing that. It's kind of been chilly, and it looked like it was going to rain. It might have rained last night, but I don't know. I just feel like soup, so I got to go dig out some soup. Either that or beef and noodles. I have frozen beef and noodles, and what else did I put? Oh, I have beef tortilla soup and ham and beans, but I don't feel like ham and beans. And I also have some of that hamburger stew. So I might get that out today, something different. One can never tell what we're going to have. I did buy bacon and eggs because I needed more eggs. I made one of those. I made a frittata last weekend with spinach, mushrooms, green onions, and I had a little piece of, oh, God, I got a pain in my eye. One of those little tiny ham steaks. It wasn't very big. It was maybe, 6-8 inches across. No big deal. So I cut up half of that and put that in there. And it takes 6 or 8 eggs, depending on how big the eggs are. And I just cook it in a skillet, and then I put, in the end, Colby Jack cheese over the top of it and let it melt. Oh, love that. So I can eat that for a couple of days, at least. But they're real nice and filling. Depends what I put in it, though. Sometimes I only put spinach in it, and other times I put other things. And I think I had some red pepper, too, because I wanted to get rid of it. When I buy a red pepper, it doesn't seem like I, get rid of it, all in the same batch, unless I'm making, like chili or something, where I would cut a whole one up into it. When I make chili, I make chili. I make a big, huge batch so that I don't have to make it again. And then I freeze it in quart Ziploc bags. So, yeah. Fun times. I couldn't tell if that was orange or pink. Jeez. It was one of those laying in the... in the light, and I couldn't see where I was going. Oh, for pity's sake. Alright, guys. Well, I think that's going to be about it for today. I don't know of anything else. Of course, if I get anything in the mail today or whatever, you'll know about it. Probably for tomorrow's video. But that's about it. Isn't that going to be pretty? I mean, I love this. It looks green here, greener than the actual threads. So, I'd like it to be that turquoisey, misty look. But we'll see. Alright guys, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Please hit the bell, and that way you'll know when my next video comes out. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you tomorrow. God bless. Bye-bye. Keep stitching.